Join our incredible moms who have mastered the art of balancing motherhood in today's episode of We Time Convo.
My name is Debbie.
This is Liza.
Moms sharing inspiring stories, practical tips, and a few hilarious anecdotes. And it all begins now.
Hi, thanks for listening. We're back. We Time Convo. This is Liza and
This is Debbie.
so we're doing a very special episode today. During our text thread, we were talking about doing like a Clueless sports episode for me, Liza, who knows nothing about sports at all. And so we thought it would be funny to kind of, put it in the perspective of someone's point of view that doesn't know shit about sports. And so we actually have two special guests joining us today who are, and we thought it would be fitting to, of course, do football because, the Super Bowl is coming up, and, unless you were in a coma, the Niners made it to the Super Bowl, and they are going to Vegas in Sunday?
Yes,
Sunday.
it will be this Sunday.
Yeah. So our first segment, we'll be talking about football, and we have our two guests here that are going to kind of help throw some knowledge my way and maybe show me, ways of football. We have Anthony here. Say hi, Anthony.
Hello, everyone.
And we have a returning guest here. We have Peter.
Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining us, guys.
So I'm just going to kind of go tell you guys what my background is, what I know about football, okay? Which is not a lot. Don't make fun of me. But, I guess the good thing about being in the Bay Area is even if you don't know football, the Bay Area loves their sports teams, right? We go hard when it comes to them. Like, I knew that the Niners won. We let it be known, we celebrate it. So I knew that they won and they were going to go to the Super Bowl. I do know what a football looks like. And I do know that there's two different teams, right? And the goal of it is to get the football over. What's that thing that looks like a little, what is that called?
Field goal?
Field goal, yeah. Right? They have to, the post. They have to get it over to get points, right?
Correct.
And I do know that some players have different positions. That's all I know.
Well, I can tell you, I didn't know very much about football either. I ended up knowing about football because Peter is a football fan, and I just got educated because every Sunday when the football season starts, we are either at the game or in front of the TV. So that's how I learned football. Now, I'm assuming for you two, you guys learned football because you guys probably played it when you guys were younger. Is that a right assumption?
Okay, Anthony, how did you just learn all about it?
It was just playing in the neighborhood and at school.
Okay.
I'd never played for on any team, so I just learned to love it based off of just watching it, playing it at school.
Okay.
So.
But there's so many rules, right? How did you learn all the rules? There's so many. Do they have fouls? Do they have fouls and all that stuff?
Penalties.
Penalties.
Okay. I have my notes. Let me write it down. Penalties. Okay, football penalties.
No, because to be honest, it's a pretty complex sport.
It is.
Outside of the fact that you throw the ball and catch the ball, and those are pretty easy, but there's a lot of rules to this game.
So did you learn the penalties just by watching it?
Honestly, you're never gonna learn all the penalties.
He's looking at me like,
because they change.
It's hard, yeah.
A catch is what's considered a catch every year.
Yeah,
it's different every year.
Yeah,
so you're never gonna learn all the rules. You're never gonna learn all the penalties. Or it changes every single season.
How about you, Peter?
And lately, the rules has been changed for the last 3-4 years, as I remember. It's not like it used to be how the game is back in the day. So
it is evolving.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
You guys talked about it. I think recently I overheard you that football before was, the players would go really hard. There would be a lot of hits and that you could do, but now there's actually certain hits that you can't do anymore. You get penalized for it.
Correct. There's rules that change that you can't do head-to-head collision. You can't hit quarterback now, shoulder and above. They have changed a lot of the rules.
And a lot of that is just obviously due to the head injuries that football players
CTE.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yeah.
But I mean, you take away hitting high up and they go low, it hurt their legs. So it's
Just a different area.
Yeah, they evolve every year, right? So
Got
it's
it.
like
Do they have protection down there?
on the legs, yeah, it's like
But like the middle part, like
The private
like
part?
the junk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that protected?
I think it's preference if you want to have the protection there or if you don't.
Okay.
I'm sure it hurts.
Okay.
Either way.
I mean, I don't have one, but I'm just concerned.
Well, some player does wear a cup.
Yeah.
Some player does not.
Yeah.
Just on the comfort level.
Right.
So
Okay.
It's your preference.
So, okay, points. How do the teams score points? Like if when they get the, football, they throw it over the
What's a
post.
touchdown point?
Yeah, what's a touchdown point? Is it 1 point?
7.
Is it 7?
Or
Okay.
6, I'm sorry. 6
6
if you
points.
get a touchdown.
Okay.
6 points if you get a touchdown, and then you.
and then
You
they
have two
a-
options.
yes.
Okay, what are they?
You have the point after touchdown, which is a field
goal. Or
or you have a 2-point
conversion.
which
So, yeah.
you could throw it for 2 points.
Yeah.
And
Over my
this,
head.
And this is all based on where they're at the game and what the
It's a
coach.
scenario of what the game situation is. A lot of coaches will play safe and go for a field goal after a touchdown, or some coach will be brave and go for 2-point conversion.
Got it.
Depending on the situation.
Situation.
And then you do have the rare case where you can get points defensively if you tackle someone in the end zone on their own end zone or your end zone, then that's 2 points of safety.
Yeah.
So that's a rare occasion. It happens every now and then.
Yeah. And what's a tackle?
You know what? That's
I'm telling you, clueless sports here. I don't know any of this.
that rule changes every year too.
Is that when a tackle? Is that when they, someone's running with the football and someone comes and just stops
wraps
them?
around them? Yeah, as long as
Okay.
what is it? Your leg, your buttocks, or your elbow or your arm touches the ground.
Yeah.
Or your
Then
knee.
you're down, right?
Your
Yeah,
knee.
You're
so-
down. Okay.
So, Eliza, I'm going to tell you, I learned because I watch and he tells me you're not going to be able to absorb this like in one show. It's just like crazy.
Now, Peter, so I've dated men that I think all the guys that I've dated loved like all kinds of sports. Never had the patience to sit down with me and watch a football game and explain like everything. Do you have like the patience did you have the patience to explain that to Debbie?
Yes, I enjoy explaining to
Yeah.
her because she wants to learn.
Yeah.
She wants to understand the game, so I will go play by play, or I will explain each position, what they do, how they play.
Yeah.
So
What a good hubby, because my
actually enjoy
boyfriends are
it.
like, I'm trying to watch the game, like like
He actually does. Now, Anthony, I know your wife, Tony, she's lived football because her dad is a big football fan.
He is a diehard 49er fan.
Yes. And I know she's lived it growing up. And do you and her watch football together?
We try. I don't have the patience. Sometimes I'm a little superstitious, I guess, and I think that she's affecting the game. I know.
Which I will tell you, me and Donna have like almost been banned from watching the game with these guys because they think that we give out like negative vibes. Like they are in these games. So it's crazy.
and it's funny because my parents love football. I mean, my dad is a huge Niners fan. OG, since he moved here from the Philippines. My mom loves it. She loves basketball. She just never wants to show me.
Yeah. Well, you can sit with Peter. If you want to learn, sit with Peter. He'll tell you.
I don't know if you have patience for me because I ask a lot of questions. Like, why are they wearing that? What does that do?
It's actually a really fun game. I have to tell you, I never used to watch football. I mean, I'll watch it for the Super Bowl, but now since he's such a fan, we do watch it pretty much when football season starts. We'll watch the Niners. And there have been times where he's at a game at the actual stadium and I'll be at home and I'll watch the game myself without, because I want to.
Right.
So I've become a fan myself, and I've learned a thing or two. So
I think
get
Debbie
excited.
you know the how many teams and how many players on the field now, the basic of it, right?
Yeah, some basic stuff.
Well, yeah, so what are the different like positions that football players have?
Well, the let me just
Like, what's like the main one?
well the main one is there's different positions. There's
Okay.
11 player
Okay.
on each side of the team. There's 11 player on
Okay.
offense, and then there's 11 player on defense. And then on each team, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a 53 roster, right, Anthony?
I believe so.
53-man roster have to be on the team, and there is injury reserve. There is people that is on practice squad. If someone get hurt from 53-man roster, those practice squad player can come up and able to play as well. But when it comes to a team, there is 32 team. So there is 16 team on AFC. It's called American Football Conference. And then there is 16 team on NFC, which is called National Football Conference. That's how it's break down.
Okay.
So now you know, just base it.
Yeah.
I think your traditional is going to be your quarterback. Everybody's going to know.
So
who
is the quarterback the one that holds the ball and just runs?
He orchestrates everything. So he's the
Okay.
one that's throwing the ball, looking, for the pass to run. He's the one that calls the play.
Okay.
So on offense, it's going to be what typically your quarterback and your wide receiver, maybe your tight end and your running back. Everyone else just blocks pretty much.
I know what a tight end is because Travis Kelce.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, well, a lot of people
I
now
learned
know
something from Taylor Swift.
I wouldn't even say because of Travis Kelce. I'd say because of Taylor Swift.
Yes.
So the most important is the quarterback.
On offense, I would say he's the one that's kind of orchestrating the offense. and
Okay.
Dictating what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of get it. Kind of.
It's basically a game of chess. with
Yeah.
the coaches, the play calls are very important too. So coaching is just
Yeah.
as important as the people on the field, but
Right.
they still have to execute.
Yeah.
So I mean, once you learn the fundamentals, then
Yeah.
then you're gonna be telling your husband, no, not to, or your boyfriend, whoever, not to bug you while you're.
I know. Let me
while
watch.
you're watching
I
football, so.
I did actually watch the game when the Niners won.
Mm-hmm. The past
And-
one?
Yeah, and I noticed that it's like technology. It's so cool now because they actually
Zoom in.
write and zoom in and everything. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Because back in the day when I used to watch it with my dad, it was just like old school. You
yeah,
know?
you don't have all that.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool that they did all. I think I could probably understand a little bit better. With the little arrows and things like that. Right on there.
Oh, it's very advanced.
Yeah.
The way
I
they
didn't
can
realize
call in the
it.
screen.
Yeah.
Yep. No, and it's a fun game to watch. Have you ever been to a game?
I have not.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
It is wild. It's every time I go, you get kind of for me, my favorite part is actually the national anthem part. It's amazing.
A lot of people would say that.
If
My
you-
father-in-law tears up a lot every time they.
I thought you would say the tailgate, but
The tailgate is fun.
yeah.
We definitely have some great tailgates, but the stadium is beautiful. You walk in, everybody's in a great mood. Everybody's excited. You get to your seat, and when they start the national anthem, there's this. It's beautiful. And then at the end, for me, I never realized they did. It's so big. They have the jets
The Jets.
fly out, and then the fireworks. It's just it brings you to tears.
Wow.
I'll tell you. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, my favorite part would be national anthem, and when the player come out of the tunnel with excitement, the music, the background noise.
It's hyped.
Yeah.
I
I mean, like I said,
It's hype.
that's why I love the Bay Area because we just go hard with our. I've been to a San Jose Sharks game, and we're just so passionate about our teams. And I've been to a few Warriors games, and I'll watch, I'm passing on TV games from other cities, and they're just not like us.
We're spoiled.
Yeah,
We're definitely spoiled out here.
we just love our teams, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely would like to check out
So going
a football
back
game.
to the football game, there's 4 quarters.
Okay.
And then
And how
it's
long is
halftime.
each quarter?
15 minutes.
And how long is each quarter really?
About an hour.
It's kind of like basketball, right? You're like, okay, it's it's way longer than it really should be, and that's because let me
goes
guess,
fast.
because of the
it feels
penalties.
like it goes really fast
Well,
though.
it's all depending on the scenario, right?
Okay.
If there's an injury, if there's a penalty or anything like that, the game is longer. But there's
Have your
no
TV timeouts too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's an all day event. I would have to say, like for us, the experience of, the tailgate to the actual time the game starts to the end of the game, it's like an all day event. You're like exhausted at the end.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to do anything
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Is there always a halftime show for every game, or is it only for?
Not all. No, there's certain games that they'll have a halftime show. So like we had Journey at the last one, NFC Championship. Journey was performing.
Yes, he
So that
went
was-
to the last game.
I did. It was a game time decision. I did it. I think about a half hour before the game started.
He took his daughter.
I did.
It was beautiful.
Honestly, best game I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of 49er games. That hands down was the best one I've ever been to.
What makes it so beautiful? Like
They won?
the best game, outside of the fact that they won.
Well, NFC Championship, obviously,
Mhm.
coming back from being down 17 in the first half.
Oh, it was
So,
crazy.
I was pretty upset for the amount of money I spent
Yeah.
for those tickets.
Well, let me tell you, I actually watched that game, and the first half, my mom's over here screaming fumble, this and that, and I saw that they were down, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna go run my errands, and then I came back, and I was like, what happened? They won. So, from what I saw, it was a really good game.
Okay.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, he was upset. He was upset. The first half,
Yeah.
he was upset. I was like, oh my God, no.
So
They
what do
have
you do when you get upset, Peter? Do you?
I just take a deep breath. That game, actually, believe it or not, I took a deep breath and I let it out and I go, just have faith. Just have faith. We're going to come back. And we did.
Yeah. How was the stadium? Because
It was
we were
quiet.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
We were like so bummed out at home. But how was it at the
It
stadium?
was quiet. It was, and then it's just there was a lot of Lions fans. I'll tell you that much. A
Oh,
lot
really?
Of Lions fans.
Eminem was there,
Oh,
He was-
yeah.
yeah.
That's
like
right.
flipping everyone off.
He was also getting flipped off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're like in our stadium.
Oh,
you know?
but I can tell you, we were going crazy on the second half at home. I can only imagine how the stadium was.
Oh, nobody
the-
sat down in that second half. They stood up that whole second half, and it was
Amazing.
you could feel like
The energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
It
Did you
was-
cry, Anthony?
I'm not a crier. If I knew
Did
how
you
to
cry inside?
I probably would. It was an exciting game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just even for me, that someone that doesn't watch
Like,
football, it was
It's crazy
Yeah.
because like no one can even write this story better. Like the way it happened, the way it rolled out, it was amazing.
yeah.
But usually in like football, when you're down 17 point, and especially you're going to a championship game, it's hard to come back.
Well, especially the way they were playing in that,
The way they were
that
playing.
first half. I mean, even with Green Bay, we did it. And then before that, statistically, I believe Shanahan was like 37-0 or
Correct.
0 for 37
0 and 37.
when he was down in the fourth quarter. So
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a good record of
not
getting
at
his
all.
teaming out.
No.
So that's good that we got over that hump this year. So I'm hoping this is our year. Get
Yeah.
a Super Bowl.
Who's the best player in the Niners right now? Like, who's our Travis Kelce?
It's hard to say. That
Really?
whole team is
It's
phenomenal.
so
We're-
talented.
yeah.
They're so talented.
So who are one of like the quarterbacks? Like, just throw me a name so that I like if I'm out dating, I could just be like, oh, I know
Oh,
this.
Brock
man.
Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Okay.
This
Yes.
is why I'm wearing his
Brock
jersey.
All right.
Okay, mind you, this quarterback, he just turned 24 in December.
This is his second year.
Oh.
He
Playing.
went to the NFC Championship as a rookie, and then second year went to the Super Bowl.
Is that young for
That's-
a player?
That's incredibly
That's
like
incredible.
So how old do you have to be for you to just like it's time to retire? Like, are there like in basketball they do like
Well, Tom Brady
retire.
retired like in his 40s.
Yeah,
But-
Is that old for
That's
the? Is
old.
that
That
old?
is old.
Okay.
That's very old. Yeah.
Tom Brady played up to he was 42 years old, but it's all depending on your body,
okay.
how much your body can handle.
Yeah, you have certain positions. If you're a running back, I think your lifespan is about 5 years in the
Mhm.
league. So
So by the time they're like 30, 31, they're pretty much done.
Someone like Brock Purdy, how much does he make as a football
He
player?
doesn't make anything. He's a rookie. He's on his rookie contract. So the
God.
backup quarterback gets paid more than he does.
Well, I'm hoping he's getting a lot of bitches at least.
No, he's very religious. He just got engaged, I think, sometime last year.
Okay.
So
When does he start making money?
When he wins the Super Bowl, he's going to get paid. He'll probably be one of or the highest paid.
Yeah.
quarterback.
His rookie contract is going to be up after this year, and he will probably be highest.
He will get paid.
Yes, he will get paid. Yes.
And so what is the turnout for like teams? Like, you know, as the season ends, what like do they get rid of a lot of players depending on how well they do, and like how does that work?
They do. They go off season, pretty much, you know, see who they will keep. People that is already in the contract, they will stay. But people that is coming off a contract, they have the team can let them go. They can become a free agent, and then another team have an option to pick them to be on
So
their
if
team.
it's good if you become a free agent, or is that bad?
It depends.
It does
Okay.
depend.
It just depends.
Yes.
If you want to leave the team and go somewhere else, if your team's not so great,
Yeah.
then yeah. If not, if you have a good team, well, one of the toughest things about having a good team is keeping the team together. So finances definitely plays a part in that.
Yeah.
So being under the salary cap and all that stuff, I think Tom Brady did best. He would take pay cuts to keep the team together. So that's how they got multiple Super Bowls. He was willing to sacrifice to keep, to get other players paid.
He sacrificed himself to keep a weapon around him. This is why he have the most Super Bowl ring. He had 7 Super Bowl ring.
He would definitely, he knew he was going to get paid in the back end. So he's all that money he sacrificed, multiple Super Bowl winner, considered the greatest of all time. Money's there if he can just show up somewhere and get paid. So
He was on the New England Patriots, right?
He was. Well, he's.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was.
He
Came to the 49ers.
Oh, he
almost-
did.
yeah,
almost-
Wow.
I think-
How exciting would that have been
we
for a
would've had
Niners
Super
fan?
Bowl for like guaranteed.
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 So when was the last time the Niners were in the Super Bowl? And did they ever
2020.
did they ever win a Super Bowl?
We have 5 Super Bowls.
Okay.
We have 5 Super Bowls.
Is that good or
yeah.
bad?
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
That's
The
good.
highest is 7, I think.
6.
It's 6.
So
with
there's
Pittsburgh.
two team that is have 2 higher Super Bowl ring than we do. Is New England Patriot have 6, and then Pittsburgh Steelers have 6. We have 5, and then Cowboys have 5. So we do have a chance this year, tying in with New England and Steelers to be on the 6th ring.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah.
Yep.
This will be our 8th Super Bowl appearance.
Mhm.
We lost in 2020 and in 2014, I think it was.
2000 we lost in 2012 against the Ravens.
That's right.
We lost in 2018 against the Chief.
That was 2020,
2020,
COVID year.
you're right.
I remember
2020.
because everybody was text messaging me that we won a Super Bowl
Yes.
6 minutes before the game ended.
Yep.
And we lost that Super
We
Bowl
lost.
to the Chiefs, which we're playing now.
Oh, and is that why it's a big deal?
Yep.
We get to
Okay.
run it back. So
So are the Niners the only Bay Area team right now? Because didn't we have the Oakland Raiders before,
Yes.
and they've moved, right?
a couple of
Yeah.
years
That's why our
back.
slogan is "Faithful to the Bay" because we stood to.
Yeah.
We just went down to Santa Clara versus leaving the state.
Right.
Raider moved to
Las
Vegas in 2 years ago? Was it in 2020?
A couple years
A
ago,
couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
and they still suck. I'll say it. I'll say what everyone's thinking.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our episode. Thank you, Anthony and Peter, for showing me and being patient with me. This is our first episode of Clueless Sports, and we'll probably do basketball next. So that will be exciting. I know a little more. Basketball's a little more easier for me. But thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for
Yeah.
Thank you for having
All
us.
right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.